Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Bridge broadcast. I'm your host. My name is Wayne White. Just also want to take the time out to thank WYTV7 for giving me this great opportunity to be able to do this show, which is called A Man and His Faith. Just want to do a little bit of reflection, just going through Thanksgiving, and I'm sure that there's a lot to give God thanks for. And this is pretty much through looking through the right lenses, looking through the lens of faith, because my reason for that is many of us are not in good places in terms of what we are facing and what we are consumed with and the challenges that are ahead of us and even the challenges that are with us right now. I mean, we are going through a very uncharted times, a very uncertain times. But I strongly believe that we have to look to God by faith. And as I said in many of my broadcasts and my interview with a lot of guys, faith does matter. And the reason for that, because God said without it, it is impossible for us to please him. And also let us know that him that cometh to him must believe that he is, and the rewarder of them that diligently seek him. He also tells us in Corinthians that we have to walk by faith and not by sight. So I do understand the challenges that are out there and what we are facing, but I do also understand that God, don't want us to come to him from a sensual perspective, but from a place of faith, a place of just trusting and totally relying on him. Psalms talk about some trust in chariots and some trust in horses, but we will remember, the Lord our God. I also understand that, many of you asked the question, like David said, we will, experience the goodness of God in the land that we live in. And there are times when many of us, from a sensual perspective, are not seeing the tangibleness of that goodness in our lives. And sometimes that is based, not all the time, but sometimes based on decision that we have made in our lives. But I want to tell you something. I came from a place of small beginning. I came from a place where there was no television in my house. I came from a place where there was no refrigerator in my house. You asked me the question, did you miss out on anything? No, I don't think I did. But I will say to you today that, my past has never held me down. It's all about pursuing and going forward with what God wants me to do. And if I have to stop for a moment and talk about the blessings that God has put on my life, put on my family life, my wife life, it's mind-boggling. And I would say this to you, if I think that my past would be something that defined who I am, I will never be where I am today. And so I want to say to every man today that, that's hearing this this broadcast, it's not about looking through our five senses. It's about trusting God. It's about believing that you have it even when you don't see it. It's knowing that that faith is the substance of things hoped for. You have to have hope, and your faith have to be the title deed of what you're expecting from God. So it's the substance of things hoped for, is the evidence of things not seen. Because I would say to any man out there today is that we have to keep going. We have to keeping on and not allowing the present circumstances to consume us. Because when it consumes us, it takes the very life out of us, and we don't get the opportunity because of how much we're consumed by this, because we're not looking through the right lenses. I believe that even when we're going through tough times and hard times, I believe that all things are not bad. So let's take a time through faith and reflect on the goodness of God, the things that God has done and the thing that God is still doing. Somebody said, I think it's David, he said, your loving kindness, God, is better than life. He said, my lips will praise you, thus will I bless you. So I think that we have to find ourselves in a place where we trust God, where we stand on his word, regardless of what's going on. Look at the elders. The Bible says they obtain a good report by faith. What does that mean? They all didn't obtain everything that God has for them, but they obtain a good report. They realized that even when they were going through, because they stand on their faith and they trust the word of God, that God saw them through rough times and tough times. And some of us are right now going through lean times, but I want to say to you, he said it, lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the world. So regardless of our situation and what we are facing in this season and during the time that we're living in, I want you to know that God is still for us. He still sits on his throne. And somebody call him an on-time God. He might not come true when you want him, but he's always on time. And so I want to encourage you today, whatever circumstances that you find yourself in, I want to say to you, stay with God. Don't leave God, because God is able to do what he says he will do. He said, lo, I am with you always. Not only that, but he said, my word will accomplish wherever I sent it. Oh, he will not return unto me void. And he said, though in his word, that he is an expected end for us. So let's trust God even when we don't see it. Let's stand on the word, because I know that God is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. He will not change. Men and women will change around us, but God stay the same. Men and women might not have the ability and the willingness to do, but God never failed. His words are sure. He said his word is settled in heaven. He said his word is above his name. And I strongly believe today that this word will touch somebody. Hang on in there, my brother. Keep hanging on in there. Keep going on. Take courage and stand and what God has promised you. And I strongly believe that it will come to pass. God will bring it to pass, because he doesn't do promises like men do. Men will let you down, but this God that we serve, this everlasting Father, this Prince of Peace, this mighty God, the God who turned water into wine, the God who feeds the 5,000 with just 5 fishes and 3 loaves, is the same God today. The God who got up out of the boat and said, peace be still, is the same God that we're serving and loving today. And I believe strongly that he is able to do super abundantly above which we can ask or think, according to the power that is at work in us. So today, let's take a moment. Let's take a deep breath and look at those men who trusted God in the scripture, and look how God came through for them. Noah found grace in God's eyes. The Bible said in Genesis 8, God remembered Noah. So let me tell you something. I believe, I don't know you by your name, but I still believe that God is getting ready to come true for you. God is getting ready. He has not lost his memory of you and what you're going through. God is able. You might be saying like Job today, the worst thing I fear has come upon me. But Job also said, in all my appointed time, I'm waiting for my change to come. I am here to say to you, if you hold on to the horn of the altar, if you hold on to faith, and if you keep believing the word of God, there's an appointing time, a kairos moment that is coming for you, that God is going to change your circumstances. There's a blessing coming, and God is getting ready to pour out that blessing on you. So stick to your faith, stand on the word, full confidence and total commitment to what God is saying, and he's getting ready to come true for you. So today, I strongly encourage you to stand. And when you've done all to stand, keep standing. Because let me say this to you, God will come true for you. I know some of you are broken, but God is getting ready to heal you. God is getting ready to shape you and position you. God is getting ready to bring you into your expected end. God is getting ready to turn your situation around. And please don't base your future on the things that happened to you in your past. Don't let your destination and the things that God has for you suffer at the expense of your past, because I'm telling you, he is getting ready to do the supernatural. He's getting ready to pour the supernatural onto your natural. He's getting ready to turn some things around. Oh, he may not come when you need him, as I said before, but he's an on-time God. And he said, rest in me and patiently wait, because I'm going to come through for you. God bless you, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this word. May it find root into your heart. May it find a fertile ground so that it can produce some 60, some 70, and some 100-fold today. God bless you, and thanks again for listening to the Bridge broadcast. My name is Wayne White, your host, and let me also take the time again to thank WYTV7 for giving us this glorious opportunity where we as men can learn and grow and navigate this life by faith. It's not by sight, it's by faith. So thank you. May God bless you until we come to you again. Because we are a set of people who wants to get people from where they are and where they want and need to be. God bless you, and we see you next time. Bye for now.